Hi, I'm Creed Thompson.
Hi, I'm Jace Lasiter.
I'm Gould.
And I'm Levi Brody. And we are the Concussion Controllers.
Did you know that across the United States, 1.3 million high schoolers and 3.5 million youth players wear helmets while playing tackle football? But tackle football has the highest rate of concussions out of all youth sports. Parents need to know the dangers of concussions and that helmets might not prevent them.
Did you know concussion is a mild form of traumatic brain injury caused by a bump, blow, or jolt to the head? 6,500 athletes get concussions yearly, even while wearing helmets. Also, there is no safety standard for youth football helmets, but there is for adult football helmets. And concussions can be very dangerous for youth football players because their brain is still growing.
If we teach parents about the dangers of concussions and inform them that helmets will not prevent all concussions, then they will make an informed decision to keep their children from playing organized tackle football.
Since all four of us love football and play it every day at recess, we decided to research concussions in football helmets, wondering if a better helmet could be designed. We also wanted to bring in experts to come and speak to us.
Our first experiment was an egg test where we realized that the brain floats freely inside the skull, proving to us that helmets do not prevent concussions. Because this was news to us, we wondered if parents knew this information too, so we decided to conduct a new experiment.
We created a survey, then a brochure informing parents about helmets and concussions, and then conducted a follow-up survey.
After that, we graphed our results, we made a plan to extend our knowledge, and assembled the TRYS binder and TRYS presentation.
As you can see, our implementation closely follows our plan of action. There were a few minor changes. Most importantly, we met with Katie the Helmet Lady to create a safety card to give out to the Concho Valley youth. This will inform the youth on concussions, football, and football helmets. We also took the impact test, which is what players use to create a baseline test for if they have a concussion. We begin our project with a limited knowledge of concussions in football helmets.
We planned to create a helmet, but learned quickly that no helmet can prevent a concussion. We also learned that youth helmets are too heavy for 95% of the kids, causing the bobblehead effect.
We learned that the safety standard for adult football helmets haven't been updated significantly in almost 40 years. And for youth football helmet safety standards, there are none.
We did a demonstration showing helmets do not prevent concussions. We used an egg as the brain, a jar as the skull, with water in it for brain fluid. We did 2 trials of shaking the jar up, one with a koozie around the jar, which is a helmet, and one without. In the end, the koozie did not make a difference. The egg broke both times, proving that helmets do not prevent concussions.
And here are the pictures that Luke was just talking about. On the top right is actually what had happened. And this is the first survey that we had sent out to the parents. And the main 2 questions on this one were, would you let your child or children play tackle football? And do you think helmets prevent concussions?
Each one of you were given a copy of our brochure that we sent out with our second survey to inform parents and youth on the dangers of concussions in football, and football helmets do not prevent concussions.
And this is our second survey that we had sent out to the parents. And the main 2 questions on this one were, would you still let your child play tackle football after we've informed you? And do you still think helmets prevent concussions?
Feedback from our parents on survey 2 are just some additional comments the parents added at the bottom of our survey. For example, thank you for informing us.
As you can see from our data, of the parents who took our survey before the brochure, 52% of them would allow their child to play tackle football. After the brochure, 40% of those parents would still allow their child to play. This is another graph showing what parents learned about concussions and helmets. 83% of the parents we informed about helmets and concussions learned something new about concussions. And 93% of them learned something new about helmets. That's a ton of people that learned something.
Coach Julio Martinez of Glen Middle School came and spoke to us about the different kinds of helmets and how players are assessed for concussions. For example, they take the impact test at the beginning of the season.
This is Landon Sawyer, a wide receiver on the Central Bobcats. He's had 3 concussions, and he had to stay out for 4 weeks before he could return to play.
Mr. Fentress and Mrs. Steenert both shared the signs and symptoms of concussions, the common causes of concussions, the frequency of concussions in youth, ways to prevent concussions, and the basic treatment for concussions.
These are just some pictures of our mentors. As you can see, Mr. Julio Martinez, Miss Gloria Diener, and Mr. Dustin Finchers, who works for Dr. Duarte. Some more mentors we had are Troy Wilde, an athletic trainer and coach for Lakeview High School, Landon Sawyer, and Katie, the helmet lady, Safe Kids coordinator.
In conclusion, we found that our hypothesis was supported. After being informed, 21% of parents changed their mind and would no longer let their children play tackle football. That's a big difference. Now we plan on partnering with Safe Kids and local pediatricians to educate more people on the dangers of concussions and the causes of concussions.
Then we will write to our state representative, Drew Darby, and the National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment, requesting safety standards for youth football helmets.
This is our bibliography. These are the resources we've used, including books, websites, and newspaper articles.
Thank you. A big thanks to our teacher, Mrs. Lopez, mentors who came and spoke with us, and all of our parents. Thank you.